Hi, young people. This is an interesting little video clip. So this is a armed robbery, and notice the way that different people react. And this guy, he's getting his coat of the bald card removed because he doesn't get aggressive. But anyway, he's like laying on the floor. He's like, dude, I don't want no problems. And I'm not saying that if somebody comes in with a gun, you shouldn't act like this guy. If you're getting robbed, you don't want to necessarily agitate the robbers, because if they decide to shoot or want to pick somebody, don't make it easy to pick you. Then again, you ought to be having a plan at the first opportunity to do what you need to do. So everybody handles this differently, but this guy, like, he takes the case, man. He don't give a crap. So this guy immediately creates distance and heads this way. This guy raises his hands and creates distance. I think if these guys could have left, they would have just left, but I don't think the robbers let them leave. This guy puts his hands up. It takes a little bit longer for him, which is kind of interesting. This guy goes into a fetal kind of shrouded position, like I'm not a threat. He doesn't show his hands and make sure that everybody knows, hey, I don't have a gun. He just goes into a shrouded. If I was watching this guy, I would think he's going for a gun because he kept his hand here. But, you know, to each his own. Let's look at their reaction again. This guy, obviously, catches it first. I think this guy's second. This guy sees it, doesn't really react. This guy's still on his phone. These two are talking, so they don't even see it at all. This guy immediately creating distance. He ducks down. He kind of will shroud up here. Right here, this guy catches it, and this guy. So these guys both see the gun at the same point. Watch the difference in reactions. Pretty amazing. Drops his phone, hands up. This guy goes right back to conversation. Yo, dude, I'm trying to show you this meme. I'm trying to show you how YouTube is very open platform and how they promote freedom. So he's going to take a drink. This guy starts, I don't know if they're yelling, get on the ground, because it seems like a lot of people are squatting down, getting on the ground. There's no audio to it. So, on the ground. I can't tell if that other guy split. This guy's drinking a beer. This guy hasn't got on the ground yet. There he goes. Now he's ducking. Again, a lot of people make themselves smaller. Victims will always try to hide among other victims so they don't get picked off. Herd mentality. Horses run together because it confuses the predator on which one is weak. So if they stay in a herd, the predator chasing them cannot pick out the weak. And he may get confused because of all the legs and all the bodies. That's why herding animals tend to herd together, because it confuses the person chasing them. People will do the same thing. They'll herd up. Kind of like when they loaded the trains, they kind of herded. Kind of like when the cops get there, they kind of herd together before they do their riot control. They move as a mob, as a group. So, guy's getting down to fetal position. This guy's still like talking on his... He's like, dude, I'm trying to show you this video and you're like getting on the ground. What's up with that? I don't care if this guy's got a gun. Are you kidding me? This guy's still on the ground. I'm not sure what they're doing back here. Maybe they're getting other customers and they're taking wallets and jewelry. So this guy's kind of looking up, so I'm thinking they're over in this area doing something, and he doesn't see them. This would be a good time to be low crawling to the back door. If one of these guys hasn't left, they should have got out of there. This guy's still laying on the ground, not going anywhere. This guy's just squatting with his hands on the bar. And this guy's still like, dude, where's my other beer? So here comes a guy, another bald guy, with a gun, sticks it in him. This guy's like, dude, why are you pointing that gun at me? I'm sitting here trying to have a beer. So he's going to take his phone, it looks like, and the guy like fights him for it with a gun in his ribs. That's probably not a good idea, but, I mean, there's a fine line between stupidity and bravery. I'm not sure which one this guy falls into. No, you ain't taking my phone. I don't care if you got a gun or not. You ain't taking... I wouldn't expect that from this guy. That's why when you see people and you size them up, You're thinking, oh, this guy's probably not a threat. This guy may be a threat. This guy may be a harder target than most people see. It's like, shit, I need a damn cigarette. This guy's pissing me off. This dude's laying on the ground. I thought there was 2 robbers. Maybe there's 1. They seem to be all focusing on this one guy. So I don't know if he's got an AK or a shotgun. He's like pointing. This dude's like, I don't care. I'm smoking a cigarette, dude. I ain't getting on the ground. And I think the robber, people who are predators, they get good at reading weak. They get good at reading who's the easy and soft target. Kind of like government. Government knows who soft targets are. And they'll hit you with the children and the public safety and national security. And we have to protect you. And mothers need to be in control. You know, government's good about picking out their victims, the easy targets. So I'm not sure what this guy is doing looking around with the gun. I don't know if he's looking for a gun back here or money. Sometimes I can kind of pick out when I'm looking at these tapes. Because this will be evidence. And of course it will be booked in. And they'll have a copy and they'll show it at trial. And this guy will say it ain't me. I was framed. And whatever. Problem with most robbers, they always have their damn finger on the trigger. They don't know anything about gun safety. So if a gun's pointed at you with a robber, you better hope nothing scares him or bumps him. And if you see somebody attacking a guy or sneaking up behind a guy and he's got a gun on you and his finger on the trigger, you better make a decision to move too. Because when he gets choked or whatever, you're probably going to get shot. This dude lights up a cigarette. He kills me, man. He's like, damn, man, you done interrupted my beer. Now I gotta have a cigarette. This dude's crawling. This dude's still laying on the ground. I don't know what happened to the bartender. So maybe he's clearing. He appears maybe to be clearing the rear area for guns before he has the bartender come get the cash. Because most bars have a gun behind a counter. So I think if this is a lone gunman and these guys didn't take him out, man, that's kind of weak. You got 4 or 5 guys on one dude with a gun. So I think this guy just pointed the cash register to him. This guy's still on the ground. This guy's still on the ground. Amazing, man. So, he sticks the gun. I think there's a caption that says he starts taking wallets. He sticks the gun in this guy's back. He doesn't want any problems, so he's going to cooperate. This dude's just going to smoke a cigarette. It freaking kills me, man. So they're having a conversation. So why is he doing this to this guy and not this guy? This is predator-prey behavior. Predators like weak people who are hiding. Predators don't know how to deal with people who don't hide and aren't scared of them. I mean, this is just great human behavior. This dude's like, give him your wallet. I ain't giving him my wallet. He ain't getting shit from me. I'm smoking my cigarette. If it's my last one, it's my last one. So, crooks who only take money tell me they've been doing this for a while. New crooks take the whole wallet. And they think, oh, cool, I'll have the ID, and I can sell the ID, and I can use the credit card. And that's what gets people caught. Taking cash, it's not traceable. It's really hard, even if they catch this guy, to prove that he took this money from them. I mean, with the video, obviously, we're going to have help. But normally, person having cash is illegal. Having a wallet from a victim is bad. So that tells me this guy's probably been doing robberies for a few years. He's learned over the years. So the guy's got the gun in his back, but he's talking to him. This guy's got a gun in his back like, dude, man, don't get me shot. Notice the guy did not take his wallet. That's freaking amazing. Goes to the dude on the ground to take his wallet. So we got this guy on the ground's wallet. He's got this guy's on the ground wallet. Found the bartender back there hiding. This bartender don't want no problem. Hands up. He's ready to lay down in his sandals on the floor. He don't care. Dude, I don't want no problems. Some people think this is the best plan when you're robbed. I mean, government will always tell you, This is what you should be, a sheep. Be a good victim. Don't be self-sufficient. Don't try to stop crime. That's our job as a government. That's why only we need guns. You pesky citizens don't. You pesky citizens should be here and wait and call 911. But Rick, what about nobody's allowed to call 911? Well, that's just tough. Then all of you should lay on the ground and be a good victim. That's government stance. So now both guys have lit up. Now he's smoking and he's smoking. Nobody's running out. Nobody's throwing or attacking this dude. They keep blurring out the gun. Probably because YouTube kind of freaks out when they see a gun. This guy's got his hands up. Maybe he yelled at him, hey, keep your hands where I can see him. I don't know. He suddenly put his hands up very high. I said the robber was experienced because he wasn't taking wallets. Now, I'm not so sure he's experienced because he's got the dude gathering the change up. And most robbers aren't going to mess with the change unless they're just really bad or they really need freaking, 3 quarters, 4 dimes, and 50 pennies. But he's got this guy bagging up the coin. So I don't know what happened to this guy. This guy's happy to see him leave. This guy's just smoking a cigarette. And he's still got his hands up here right till the end. He puts his hands up when the guy leaves, probably points gun, says, don't call 911, don't do nothing. So, and then as soon as he goes out the door, he's either going to hit a silent alarm or call 911. Interesting video on human behavior. I found it interesting. You may not. That's why you get the option to not click or to click. Of course, you lose that option because YouTube feels they know better than you, and they will not promote this video, and they will not share it, and they will not recommend it, and they will put it on a shadow banned list because ignorant people will support censorship. All right, we'll end it there.